Sorry about that. My when you're on the phone all day, your battery dies, so I have to plug it into the charger. So anyway, so Mike had asked, so what's an example of like an internal driver versus an external driver? And like external, we say, and I'm, even when I was originally like starting off coaching, you talk about, if the towers were still in existence, and you have, $100 bill on one tower, and you're standing on the top of the other, and there's a metal I-beam piece of steel going between the two. Would you walk across that beam for $100? Absolutely not. Like, you would be insane to do that. But on the other hand, it's like, say your wife, your kids, your dog, your, whatever, is your big why is on the other side, and the building's on fire. Then would you walk across that piece of steel to try to save them? And yes, I mean, if there was no other way and there weren't helicopters flying around, and this is, of course, you just have to do and act in the heat of the moment. But but the external gratification is always fleeting. So you have to find something that's internal. And a good example of that would be, what is the feeling you get? So I love selling real estate because I can't explain, like when you're showing houses and just the right house, you've, in depth had gone through the conversation process, and you've, figured out exactly how these people love their home and want to live in a home. And then you walk into that property and like everybody's quiet and everybody's kind of looking around, and it's like, and there's a lot of that going on, and you just feel it. And it's kind of like that runner's high that I can imagine they get. I don't run that far to get the runner's high, so I'm not going to pretend like I have ever experienced that. But I can only imagine that it would be similar to this, what you feel when you find the right property. And these people are going to spend the next, who knows how many years of their life creating all of these memories, win this new property, or, helping somebody sell their homes. Like, I love that. I feel like I'm helping people every day, and I'm so blessed to be in this profession. So that's why I do what I do. And so recently I've been doing that for 12 years. So, and I've always enjoyed coaching. And so now I'm shifting my business because I get that internal gratification from helping other people hit their goals. And it is so amazing when, all of a sudden you see the light bulb turn on, and people discover it for themselves, and it's through asking questions. And so that was a big part of what our team meeting was today, was what kind of questions are you asking? Because are you asking a question because you're trying to solicit an action? Or are you asking a question because you're trying to basically just kind of brainstorm or get some activities? Or is it an invitation? So there's a couple different, and an action question is, like in the real estate, is like, it would be really great if your family could move into your new home by January 1st, wouldn't it? And so you're soliciting an action from that question. And the other is a really funny quote that an author of a book is that a question can be an invitation, a request, or a missile. What impact do you want your question to have? And I would love you all to post some examples of missile questions, because I know that, there's definitely, I've had some questions that have just come on me like a missile. But you have to, before you ask questions, just be really purposeful with, what kind of answer do you want? What kind of answer are you looking for? Is it going to be an action, an invitation, or are you looking for some sort of like brainstorming or a result? And because the biggest things is that the questions we're asking have more power than the answers, both in thinking and communicating. So we've had a pretty interesting day from a coaching standpoint and business standpoint, and I'm looking forward to next week and everything through the end of the year. Have a great Friday. If I can turn this off.